Hello everybody, it's Isekai Racing over here at Lone Star Kartpark. I am here to race in round 1 of their pre-league. Now you might be wondering, what in the world is pre-league? Well, basically at Lone Star Kartpark, pre-league is an event that has a league-like structure for that event. It does not count for points, though at the end of the final there are podium awards given. The rule set for the 2025 season is the rule set that this league event is going by, and also there are no weight classes. So lights and heavies get to duke it out. And speaking of lights and heavies, the two people up ahead of me are heavies, and then there's a light guy to my left, and well, I compete in both lights and heavies at DKC, but only lights at Lone Star Kartpark. So despite the theoretical advantage that the lights have, the heavies are pretty competitive. I will give two caveats though. We ran the track in reverse configuration for qualifying, which is not the norm for this track. Usually they run it in counterclockwise instead of clockwise. Also, the two fastest from the lights class didn't show up for this event. Also, we only had 10 entries, so there was only one pre-final and one final, so unlike the season last year, there's no A or B races, just the pre-final and final. With that pre-race show out of the way, it's time to get ready for the green flag, and here we go. Before this race even started, I knew the 14 kart was one of the slowest karts in the fleet, so I knew I had to get past it if I didn't want to get hindered early in the race, so I take the inside and get myself into third position. I'm going to take turn 6 a bit too wide and end up off track. I'm going to get myself back on track pretty quickly though, and going over here through these continuous turns, I'm going to turn to my left and see that someone's trying to take away third from me, and I'm going to speed right past them, going in through these turns over here. However, I'm going to end up taking turn 11 a bit too wide, and I'm going to drop back down to 4th position. I won't be in 4th for very long because I have a straight line speed advantage and end up getting myself back into 3rd place. A little knock reminds me that the battle for P3 isn't over yet. Going into lap 3, I'm going to go ahead and start making my move to get myself into P2. I'm going to make a cut onto the inside, and I'm going to take the turn as tightly as I can. However, I end up slowing down a bit too much and relinquish P2 back to the guy who I took it from. I'm going to lose some speed over here on turn 11, so P2 is going to scamper away from me a little bit. I'm catching up to P2 going into lap 4, however I know I'm not going to be able to make the attack over here, so I'm going to hold my attack until later. Going into turn 11, I will lose a tiny fraction of speed compared to the guy over here in P2. However, that's not going to be enough for him to scamper away like he did last time. And I have the speed advantage on him, so all this is going to take is a simple inside move on a straightaway. Nothing much to it, just go ahead and pass him. Just in case anyone was wondering, no, that emergency vehicle you just saw has nothing to do with what's going on the track. Going into turn 11, I'm going to make a little bit of contact with that white barrier to the right that was extended out. That knock you just heard was P3 right behind me. Going into turn 4, I'm going to come under assault over here, and I'm still going to maintain P2 going into turn 6 over here. However, I'm going to go a bit wide here, end up losing out for a little bit, drop down to third by the inside line on these next two turns, and I secure P2 again. Another gentle reminder from the 15 kart that he intends on trying to take P2 from me. I'm not having it though. Coming in over here, there's going to be 3 opportunities for him to try to pass me on turn 4, turn 6, and turn 11. And going into turn 4, I'm going to maintain the position here, a little bit of a knock, so I know he's still right behind me. And here comes turn 6, and coming out of turn 6, I still maintain P2. There's only one more shot for him to try and take an advantage on me, and that's going to be up here over on turn 11 in a couple of turns' time. Here we go into turn 11, his final shot at passing me. I make the turn, I hear no knocks, I'm all in the clear. Now all that's left is a mad dash to the finish, and I know I have the speed to secure P2. Here at the checkered flag, I cross it coming in P2 position. I wish I could have taken P1, however, P2 still gets me on the front row for the final race, so a P2 finish in pre-final will just have to do. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I wish you guys a great rest of your day, and as always, happy racing.